to the realm again. So after yesterday's video of building this lovely tower, I said we'd do some stuff with the bridge. Actually, I did. Oh, what's he doing there? I did do a little bit more stuff. I thought, wait, what the heck? I want a drawbridge that's going to go up. So this temporary bridge thing here, there. So what I've done is I've started using structure blocks because they do activate on a redstone signal. You can actually activate a structure block on a redstone signal, which is cool. So we've got a switch here. There you go. Which brings the drawbridge up or sets the drawbridge down like that. And how that's working is you've got this whole kind of cuboid here, all the way up 5 blocks high. We've got copied into a structure block. So there's an up and a down position copied for all of the relevant blocks. Very straightforward. I do want a noise of the structure block. So what I've chosen to do is, there's a piston underneath the lever there. So it put a redstone affects that one. That's the up position, and then when it goes back, it does that one, which pastes over the other one. So each one's just pasting over the different structures that are copied into the structure block. That's how that works. So that's fairly straightforward. That's going to work. And you could see that that lever's touching the piston. Now over here, I wanted to close the doors. So we can, look at that. We can open and close the doors. We've got a lever on the other side as well. We'll open and close the doors. And I did want it that it doesn't matter which side you open. If you flick the switch in either direction, it just alternates the way the doors work. Yeah, you can open it that way as well. So they don't have to both be open or both be closed or anything weird like that. Just changing it on either side will change whether the doors are open or closed. And that requires, I think it's an XOR logic gate using redstone. Plus, there's no way to run a redstone signal here. So we can power this block, but this block it just goes to the outside. So without building a whole load of sort of a electric box on the outside and ruining the shape of the tower, there's not much we can do. So what I've done is up here in this tower, which we didn't put anything in, I've put my mechanism. So what that's doing is checking the block that the lever's in, not the dark prismarine block that it's attached to, the block it's actually in, and the block that the other one is actually in on that side. Like in the previous video where I talk about command block piston doors, I think I put a little video specifically about that. So this is similar to that. So each one of these two command blocks is detecting those two levers. And if the lever's moved, it activates. And the command block can detect for that, but it will only activate a redstone comparator. It won't activate pure redstone. So you need the comparators there to pull the charge out. And then this runs over the XOR gate, which you can find information about on other people's YouTube channels. This isn't, I think it's XOR. This is an XOR logic gate. So at the end of this, if either of these two signals get changed, the signal at the end gets changed. That's broadly what happens with this. It doesn't matter about their state at any given moment. If you change one of them, the signal at the end will change. And then that then comes over here. And then similar to underneath, we've got a command block with the gate open and a command block with the gate closed. And the piston activates alternatively to launch those command blocks, which are then pointing at this door area, this sort of 1x6 door thing there. So that's how that bit's working. And I think I'm going to go a bit more for this. I'm not great with redstone, to be fair, but I quite like the idea of leveraging redstone and command blocks to make stuff work. So that you can come in here and you can shut the door behind you and you can put up the drawbridge, and then when you go out, well, the door's shut. We know the door's shut. I guess you could open it from the outside, but when you look in, see the drawbridge is up. I've got the little thing that it comes down to, and there's no way of opening the drawbridge apart from through clicking that lever. There you go, which puts it down again. So that's what we've got going on there. I'm quite pleased with that. And all I'm going to do with this video really is build the bridge. So you can see, let me just set time. You can see I've put the edge on it and the prismarine wall along the top of it. Now what we need is a nice elegant design for this bridge, and so I think we'll start off. We know we're going to have this much at least supporting that, and I think certainly we're going to have some more supporting it, and also on this side as well. To be fair, this is going to be at least down to there. Excuse me. The question is, do we want? I don't think we want one at the bottom. So what we need is these nice and broad enough that it's sort of going to look an arch. So what we'll do, what should we do? I mean, I think we might need another one on this side. What do we want? We want to find a middle point of the bridge, really, or where we feel the middle point of the bridge is going to lie. And it is kind of the actual middle, isn't it? How's that? So what have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we want to bring this one that way. That's where I reckon the middle of this bridge is. From the outside, does that feel right? I mean, I feel like it should be one to the right of that, actually. Just because we're going to have it slightly further down that side, because the bank there, what we're going to do is come slightly further to the side here. So we've got this up to here. So this where we're saying the bridge starts here, and this is where we're saying. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a block. Right, that is now symmetrical between those two towers, those two piers that we've just built. So let's take this a bit further. Let's come out 3. I'm just going to do this and see how we go, really. I think we're going to come out a lot more than that. Let's try 4. 4. And what I found for these arches is you don't just kind of do a boom, 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 boom sort of thing. As you get to the top, you kind of have it further out, and as you get, so you'd have that kind of idea. So we've got 2 here, 1, 1, 2. That gives you a nice sort of sense of archiness, but I don't think 1, 2, 3, 4. I've just knocked one out of 9. There we go. So I think we're going to need another one. Let's try using some stairs. So if we were to say that stops there, certainly one of the things that looks much better is if this has got slabs here, so it's not just a straight line at the top. It's got a bit of, there you go, a bit of texture going on. That's not too bad as a shape. Then the question is, how far do we bring this? That? Maybe actually. So what was that? That was, oops, was that just that? I'm not a great fan of that. I think we want this sort of to go a block lower. I think it will look more elegant. I think that's the problem. There's not enough height in the pillars on the side. Whereas if we do this, look, suddenly we've now got another 2 blocks worth of height down there. And it just gives it a better feeling of height. And so that that's not too blocky in the corner. If we do that, and then another one up there, so we've got a sort of symmetry. That's not bad. Let's put these in here. This isn't the most elegant bridge I've ever built, to be honest. Let's see what that looks like rounded off. We might put the edge ones a bit lower. How does that look? No, this junction here looks really, really clumsy. Don't like that. It's almost as if we want just that. And then back here, it's almost as if there. Hang on, how are we getting? We want just a slab, maybe. I hate trying to get bridges aesthetic. I've got one really good bridge somewhere in the world. I can't remember where it is. I'm really happy with its proportions. No, maybe a couple actually. I'm really happy. They come out really elegant. That's a bit chunky, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Maybe this here, we need to bring that down one. Where are we? And then put them in there. Maybe. I don't like how this looks. This. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's put that back. I mean, we shouldn't agonize too much over a bridge. And one thing we can do is at this point, the sort of fattest point down, I like putting these little decorations in. So the cobblestone wall will go up there and it will meet a cobblestone thing at the top. Cobblestone block at the top. And then the same thing on the other side. I'm not sure that's in the same place actually. Yeah, that is in the same place. Good. So up here, we can put a cobblestone block in instead. Oops. Block in instead. Like that. And over there, like that. In the middle, we can certainly mark the middle spot with a chisel block to give it a bit more focus. And then maybe we'll do our sort of standard decorative thing underneath it. Now bear with me because I'm going to go under the bridge with that. And then I'm going to put two dark prismarine slabs under there to sort of fill that up. Ah, no I can't, can I? It's going to have to be, there we go, well, blocks underneath like that. Then we no longer need that. We're definitely going to need a torch in the middle of the bridge. Now, do we want any covering on the bridge, or is this just a standalone sort of thing? I mean, one of the things we can do, we can't go too near the door because the doors are going to be copied and pasted out of the way. So anything I leave like in this, that's only a 2-block square. Anything I were to leave where the levers repaste it would obviously get smashed out of the way. There we go. That's not too bad. Now the thing that's kind of sticking out to me is that on this side where the hill is, there's a lot more bridge showing than over on the other side. So what I really want is now to actually cover some of this stuff back up so that there's just less bridge showing. There we go, there's a bit of it. And the same on the other side. We don't want this to feel like part of the bridge. Maybe not there. There we are. And so therefore, this stuff here isn't part of the bridge. So what have we got? We've got one block to the side of it over there. Then we will have one block to the side of it here. But the bridge really ends there, doesn't it? It ends there. So this isn't stone. It's just, well, whatever we're going to build the path out of. We build it out of cobblestone typically, our paths. So let's start laying, oops, let's start, oh yeah, that's right, laying down a cobblestone path instead. Apart from in the kind of formal bits of the city, I like actually stone blocks beside my paths like that. That's going to have to be like that. What do we think of that? That's not so bad. That's not so bad at all. And I guess we could build a tower on here. We could, couldn't we? We could put a tower up here to sort of match one on the other side, and it gives a nice formal edge to where the bridge is. You can see now it's a lot more. It just looks more symmetrical. This we can even get away with that, then, can't we? Yeah, I like that. We can bring this all the way down. It makes sort of sense. What have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got something like this to work with as a tower. It'll have a block in the side, and it will go up there somewhere. Yeah, I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess this is where these sit. Like that. There we go. So then we've got something over there. Now I don't know what we're going to do about this mound up here, in that I don't like how this is leading to this tower. It just doesn't work, does it? Whereas I don't want to chop the top of the mound off, so what we might, maybe we'll have a path coming around here and a path going around there to join into it. Under the cliff a bit. One more. Another one. That might be enough. There we go. I guess that will be one of these spots like that. There. The other side is fine. So the path is going to go along here. Don't know how it's going to go up the hill yet, but it's going to go along here. I don't want to put yet more brick down. I've just got to it just feels like there's enough brick sitting there. So despite what I just said, I'm now going to put polished andesite down there. I want to run a wall along it, just as a protection from falling over. Now we're not on the bridge anymore, so we'll just use a standard stone wall to go in. What I want to do is a sort of an arched colonnade here, I think, rather than a stone thing. I think it would be nice if we had a colonnade, maybe even supporting an upper level. So that can be opposite there. That can be opposite there. I want some, oh there we go, brick. Look, we can tidy that up. I hope you're kind of vaguely seeing what I'm doing here. There we go, so that's that bit done. Yeah, cool. And in here, so this will go, and what we'll have here is some blank, I think they're called blank arcades. We've got them somewhere else. I have built this sort of thing into some other bits of wall. So So that will go like that. No, we're going to use that. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. So that goes like that. And there's another one, of course, there. Like that. Then we'll pick up the cobblestone and fill that up. Like that. And that's a blank arcade. This is the ground. And what we do is go up a block higher, maybe, like that, and then put a lip on it so that we can sort of walk along the top, if that makes sense. This is all a little bit stony. Let's put some variety in here because it looks all the same. And we'll need some mossy stuff, and etc. etc. Maybe some kind of decoration can go in there. I don't know what yet. Maybe, I don't know, something, flower pots, something can go in there. And then we'll wind a path up here and up here. But up on top, we've got, I don't know if it's going to stay made of stone, but we've got a platform of some kind up here, and then the ability to run a wall along there. There's an awful lot of stone in there, isn't there? I don't like that much stone. I'm wondering whether we can swap that out for cobblestone instead, just for the change in texture. Yeah, that's nicer. There we go. Just having a think about how this. I mean, what do we do in these arcades? We can't suspend anything on top of them. But we definitely need something in there. We need a sort of a double light, don't we? I mean, we can do this. We do need a sort of double light. It doesn't look very good, that though, does it? And then what happens if we cover that with some iron railings in front of it? Rubbish. Whoops. That. That's not so bad. Yeah, that's not so bad at all. So what did we do? Lined it with bricks. 2 lights in there. And we put some iron railings in front of it. So we'll do that again in this one. There we are. Yeah, that's all right. And we need to sort our road out that's going to go up here somehow. Don't quite know how that's going to go up, but it's going to go up the side, up some steps, and maybe just straight up steps would work. Just there, maybe. This. Is that it? Is that enough? That's sort of it, isn't it? So it's just the one on the right. This. Extend the hill out a little bit to make it work, but that's no problem. Okay. Over here, clearly that's going to become. Ooh, I don't like that. That's not finished at the edge there. I mean, I think that looks ugly. Let's just pop in that. See what we think about that. Well, there we are. That's not great for me, but I think it's the only thing that's going to work there, isn't it? And that's going to be like that. Then over here, this just finishes off like that. Down here, we've got those. Over here, it's just straight line out to that. This needs supporting somehow because it's going to hold it up. And that's going to go like that. Here, it needs supporting on something. But that's what we've got there. As far as I got, yeah, fine. I guess we can actually just make use of the stone there. We might fill this in with something else, but for the moment, stone is fine. There we are. And again over here, fill that in with stone. Cool. There we are. Cool. Right, let's pick up a torch. Just wanted a little bit of decoration on the end there. I don't know if we're going to leave them there. Certainly something like that will be there. Don't know. There we go. We're not going to want that, are we? Nice though it is, we're not going to want that. Up here is going to be a little top knot on top of this tower, which is going to be a standard Ekdrob Sweeney Minster tower, except it's not one I can copy and paste because it's not a 3x3, it's a 4x4, which means at the top of the tower's it's not going to come up to a point either, and we've got to do our shenanigans. At the top of the tower, I think we just get the slightly different shape with the little ball thing. But that's fine. Right, there we go. And we need dark prismarine. And we need some kind of, there we go, circle. And then we mob proof these with slabs, and to make it look finished, and carry on. Oops. 3 tall. Then we want the stairs. The middle bit. 1, 2, 3. And then we've got this annoyance at the top. I have to copy one of these top knots into a structure block really, because I'm using them quite a bit. Why isn't it working? There we go. And then on top of that goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we put a blank, and above there another one. And then we go around the base, doing the same thing at the top. There. There we go. And that's done. Fini. It certainly needs a bit of detailing. And I think out this side it might need a torch because it hasn't got any, has it? Let's pop these ones here. Yeah, that's cool. This side, we can do the same thing really. No, let's copy the ones at the other side of the bridge. I think that'd be more nice to do. Let's put that there, and underneath one, there's a lantern goes. There we go. At least we're echoing that symmetry. We'll mess up the path a bit with some of them. There we go. And now some mossy bits. Maybe just 1 or 2 mossy bits. One there, and there. Let's put one there. And we want a bit of mossy stone brick. Let's put one there. Down here, clearly we've got a lot of stuff. There. This whole bridge needs a bit of texturing out, doesn't it? There we go. Moss tends to gather at the bottom and in corners. So let's let it gather at the bottom and in corners. Maybe a bit underneath there as well. And any cracked blocks. I don't like to use too many cracked blocks. I mean, this isn't a smashed up structure. It's only for a little bit of variety every now and then. Like that'll do, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I think that'll do. We can also do mossy stone wall. It is one of the things. So maybe there we go. We'll just pop in a couple of them just to show willing. I don't like that. That's just a block by itself. There we go. That carries it through a bit better. I think that's enough. I don't want to go mad with the stuff. Put one there maybe. Okay. I am happy. That is deemed finished. Cool. Sorry, that was a bit short. Thank you for joining me. That was me building a bridge over to the gatehouse. There's a creeper enjoying it there. See you next time. Bye bye.